Hello and welcome to another episode of Kill the Small Talk, and I'm your host, Alex Caron. On this podcast, I bring in guests from all walks of the entertainment industry. And on this episode, I'm talking to my very good friend, Jesse Alvarado. He's a former actor, comedian, and now a dad and firefighter. Here's the episode. Enjoy. Here we go. What's up, man?
What's up, Dougie?
Great to finally have you after 3 tries.
Yeah, the third one is a charm. I prefer doing interviews on the road so you guys could see live action road rage.
No, wait a minute. For context, I think people got to know. So Monday, we tried recording from home. I was supposed to get off work at 4:30, but work ended up keeping me later, so I didn't get back until literally like a minute before 6 p.m. And as I'm walking to my room, you are in the waiting room with my producer Robert.
Sweet guy, by the way. Sweet guy, hardworking guy.
And I log in, and you're in your car, thinking, "Hey, this would be a great idea to record from a moving vehicle."
Well, yeah, I said this joke once already, but I said, yeah, if you guys catch my road rage, it's going to go from kill the small talk to killing all the witnesses. Fucking live action PD right here on Alex's fucking podcast. But hey, the show goes on. That's just how I was just, hey, you just got to keep the ball rolling. But my bad. That's on me. I mean, first time fucking doing this, dude. Just ready to just give you some good content, or hopefully I give you some good content. But yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
No, it was all good. It was just really funny. And then the second day, which was yesterday, same thing. I was supposed to get off at 4:30, but they sent us to. So I work for a music rental company, and so we like deliver and pick up and set up backline and audio equipment, yada yada yada. They sent us to San Pedro, and me and my coworker weren't told that we're supposed to pick up a grand piano, so we weren't prepared at all, and we took a transit van instead of a truck, which is where we normally, load in the pianos at. So as soon as they were like, hey, like there was a team there, and the guys were like, yeah, that piano's yours. All that backline is yours. I knew we were in for a rough ride, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to make it by 6. And then I asked if we could move it to 7, and we're still loading everything up. I'm like, Jesus, we're not going to make it. So, dude, I didn't get home. I didn't clock out of work until 9.
So they shit the bed and miss. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Shit the bed and fucking miss. well, fuck, dude.
For what it's worth, we're here now, and I got overtime. I worked like 12 hours yesterday.
That's what I love to hear. Overtime,
baby.
We're hurting, dude. I remember I was telling my mom the other day. I was like, "Fuck, how much was milk when you were growing up, or when you were a parent?" She goes, it was like 99 cents. I'm like, fuck, $4 or $5 for a fucking gallon, dude. I'm ready to sell some feet pics, work on a corner, sell fentanyl. I'm ready to suck some dick. Like it's too hard, too fucking expensive for everything nowadays.
I hear they're hiring on Figueroa Street downtown.
Dude, I work hard as a blue collar bastard just to make sure my son has clothes for his Roblox. That's all fucking matters. Just make sure he has V-Bucks and new rims on his Rocket League fucking soccer car video game. That's all that matters as a parent. That's all.
And so
that's all you do.
Stay home sick.
Yeah, stay home sick and chonies, and just be on iPad and just say, "Hey, big guy, I'm getting kind of hungry. What do you got?"
Yeah.
Go in
He's
there.
He's a little big Lebowski.
Kids act like they work to a 9 to 5 when I see them take naps. It pisses me off. I'm like, oh, dude, hey, do you go? Hey, big guy, I get it. Out there on your feet all fucking day, playing recess, getting free lunch must be nice, Remember at Porto's, they charge us an arm and a leg just for lunch? There would be like a 3% discount. It never saw that.
So Jesse and I used to work at Porto's. That's actually how we first met. I got hired there in 2015, and you were already working there, right? You'd already been there.
Yeah, by the way, yeah, I'm Jesse Alvarado, EMT slash firefighter. I've done a lot of extras. I've done a lot of, I've actually been EMTs on sets for movies, a lot of them, especially during the COVID. But I've done a lot of extras on a lot of TV shows for CBS. Uh, what else? For a few movies at Paramount Studios, worked there for a little bit. So yeah, that's a
That's
little bit
cool.
about my background. Did some stand up for about 2 years,
Uh-huh.
but turns out you got to be funny for that shit. So I
Yeah, you
had
had
to
a
see what
2 year
else
old.
I could do.
You were funny for those 2 years. You won. You won a contest, right?
Yeah, I won a contest at the Ha Ha Comedy Club, and that was, dude, I've never been more nervous in my life
Yeah, tell me
because
about that.
it was just all black people in that audience, and and a guy like me just coming up on stage, you're just like one wrong move, it could be over, it could be over.
Did you win him
I had
over
to
then?
tell him. I did because I told him about my experience at a black church, and that was pretty fucking. They all related, and it got me $400 and a little trophy that my mom threw away because she thought it was a Dundies award at work. I was like, no,
and and the
no.
whitest
Now
sneakers go to.
I'll never be able to share that with my son now of like how he won this award at a little hole in the wall comedy store. So
So was
yeah.
it? So was it an open mic?
It was open mic. You paid $3 for 3 minutes, $5 for 5 minutes.
Yeah, pay to play.
Yeah, play to fly. Yeah, and there were times I bombed, dude. I would bomb, and I would just like, dude, nothing would make me more happy if someone just stood up and just shot me right now, or just fucking threw a tomato at me. Nothing would make me forward. But you know what?
Uh-huh.
I got to give it to you though. You've done it for years, and dude, you make it look easy.
Oof. That's on the outside, man. Inside, I'm shit bricks. I'm sweating. I'm got the nervous poops. And it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. I mean, it's number one, it's public speaking, and that's like everyone's for the most part. Like that's like people's number one fear is to speak publicly in front of a bunch of strangers. So there's that to deal with, and then it's a pretty vulnerable career. I mean, because you're exposing yourself, you're exposing your insecurities, and you're making fun of that, and you're talking about how you grew up, and if you were raised religious or not, and all your experiences, and so there's that to contend with. So yeah, it's not easy, but yeah, it's like anything. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more natural it feels, and it just like I know like the comics like I grew up like listening to or like even became friends with because I was doing these shows. These guys are doing it, 15, 20 years. And when they're up there, it sounds like they're just having a conversation, like a normal, like it's not like it doesn't sound hacky. It's not like punchline set up punchline, set up punchline. It's like how you and I are talking right now, but just, with, jokes in between. So,
Would you prefer to be in a movie, or would you prefer to do stand up
films.
films?
Yeah,
Okay.
films, theater. I mean, because that's where that's what I started doing with is theater and sketch and improv. All throughout middle school and high school and into college. And I studied, acting for film and television. But wait, so where was your first stand-up show? Like, how did you get into it?
I got into it, honestly, it all started with Portos. I would actually practice my jokes when I was handing out orders, and I was like, you know what? If I could get these people to laugh and they get my jokes, then I'll probably, I should try it out professionally. So there was a weird fucking story. I was telling my mom, I was thinking about going into it, and I got my driver's license, and I was her DD. She called me because she needed to drive back home because she was fucked up on Long Beach Boulevard. And then it turns out she met this producer, or she met this guy that's into film, into cinema or whatever. He just had connections. So he goes, "Hey, your mom was telling me a lot about you, showed me a lot of videos of you just being funny. I would like to work with you and get you some stage time." And I was like, "Oh, really? Like that's." I was a little like sketch at first. This person didn't have the greatest impression of like this guy looked like he looked like he just came from a rap video. And I was like, yeah, what? I'm not doing butt stuff, bud. You know. So I did a full year practicing at Haha Comedy Club. I would just go every Saturday, and they just had open nights, and I would just practice and practice. $10, just to get up there and just speak. And then from there, I was like, you know what? I want to kind of do more and expand. So that's when I found a few websites for like extras and auditioning. And I went and got headshots,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would go and try to audition. Dude, auditioning, dude, those people are brutal, brutal. Like they would tell you, hey, you fucking suck, or what are you doing?
They told you
Like
that?
you're doing too much of this, you're doing too much of that. Like no, like loosen up. Like it was kind of like Dykeman. No one knows who Dykeman is, but Mr. Dykeman from Warren High School, that guy will make you cry for sure. How brutal and critique he is, that's the reality of auditioning for parts. And if you're not what they want, or if you're not doing that, I know they always said, in order to be a good director, to know what they want in an actor, they have to be an actor themselves. And I think Quentin Tarantino kind of sets that good example, of being like that great director because he's also an actor. You know what I mean? And yeah, besides getting off track, yeah, I did that for a year and stand up, and I just did a whole year of just being an extra on TV shows like Tacoma FD. There was another one. It was called Small Town, but I think it got
Yeah.
canceled. I did a lot of extras for shows that didn't really make it, if that
So,
makes sense.
so were you like an extra for like pilots, like pilot
Yeah,
episode,
I was a lot of pilots. Yeah, a
and
lot
just
of
like just
pilots.
didn't get picked
Couldn't.
up?
Yeah, and they just never just took off. The only one that kind of like one took off was Tacoma FD, and they were the guys that made Super Troopers, Beer
So,
Fest,
hmm
and I got to do a whole season with them, and they're super cool people, and that was really fun to do. And I was just getting my fire career started, so it was super nice to kind of like, they were like, "Hey, heard you're a firefighter, put on this uniform, give us some tips on what, kind of seems accurate or not." And it was pretty cool. It was pretty
that's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah,
Did,
dude. It
did,
was it
did
was
you
super fun.
did you ever get any extra work as you were an EMT on set?
Yeah, there was a lot of like that show 911. I did that for a while, and they were kind of there were some actual firemen. There's one guy from Compton Fire Department that's an extra there a lot, and
Hmm
he goes and he has to let everyone know, what he does. But there are some times where they'll ask like what your background is, and they'll ask for intel, like, hey, does this kind of seem accurate, or act like you're doing this? And then they'll throw you in there. But as an EMT on shows, sometimes when there's stunts, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna put dry ice in this water. Hopefully it goes well." I'm like, "That's gonna fucking rip his. How much dry ice you putting in there? It's gonna rip his fucking skin off, dude." And the prop guy's just like, "Yeah, I think that's enough. Just eyeball it." Like, so have you done that before? Never, never, never in my life. But it looks right. Seeing it on YouTube, I was watching on how to do it, and I was like, "Oh fuck." And then they go a little too extra. They're like, "Yeah, he's gonna fall from this height. What do you think? Should we get the stunt devil?" I'm like, It's like 5 feet. The guy's not gonna break his neck." And
They
they're
were
like, "Yeah,
asking
just
you for advice as an
yeah."
EMT.
They're just like, "Yeah, can you be on standby? Because we're gonna have this guy just fall from this height right here. We just want to make sure he's gonna be okay." I'm like, "You have a fucking soft pad at the middle, and he's falling into water. Like, what do you want?" And he goes, and then an actor will be like, "Oh, no, no, I need a stunt double. I can't do it. I can't do it. That's just too much." And I'm just like, "Holy shit, dude. Hold my shit. Hold this badge. Let me,
Let
how
me
much
do
do I
it.
get paid here to do this? If you got to be dumb, you got to be tough. I'll fucking do it right now, dude. I need gas money." You know what I mean? And it was that, and you know what's funny is it's the little the general shows like the General Hospital, like
Oh,
the
okay, yeah, like the medical shows. Uh huh.
yeah, there
ER,
was one, yeah, and there's the old people shows too. It's like
like the
um
Lifetime shows.
yeah, dude. And you know what's funny? I've talked to some of those actors and I said, "Man, what's it like to work on this show?" And he goes, "Dude, I bought a." He says it's hard because he makes good money, but if they kill him off, he's out of a job.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah, I bought like a fucking $100,000 car, Range Rover, and then they said, yeah, we're gonna kill you off the show and we're gonna let you go." And he was like, "Fuck." You know, like imagine that. Like imagine you had the security. You got on a show, you worked your ass off, you auditioned, you got the part. You're 5 episodes in, you're feeling good, you're getting the ratings, everything's going good, and then you're like, you bought a nice little, little pussy magnet, and you're like, "Hey, dude, we're letting you go," and you're just like, "Fuck, there goes that," you know.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. That's kind of like the tail end of the business where it's like, the shows are good to get on, but and that's how you work your way up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Were you ever striving to get to that level, or was it just, yeah, I'll just do it for fun, kind of just a fun way to make some extra bucks?
100%, 100%. I wanted to be more than anything world a stand-up comedian or an actor, and I think that's a lot of people's dreams. That when you're watching your favorite comedian or your favorite movie. Like mine was Forrest Gump, dude. I love Forrest Gump will forever be my favorite film. And I just love how actors, their whole job is to play a part to trigger human emotions and
Hmm.
being known for, and when you're known for a part, dude, you're known for that forever. Like Robert Downey Jr., he'll forever be known as, blackface in Tropic Thunder or Iron Man. And how cool is that title, And that's what
Yeah.
I wanted. Like I would strive to be there and just, dude, it's, you work really hard. And sometimes in that industry, it's really the luck of the draw. Excuse me. It really is. It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the
Because
thing
think
with
about it.
like, uh huh.
It's like, I don't mean to cut you off, but like Universal Studios, dude, I've tried to apply as an actor there. A scarer, I tried to apply there a few times. You
Hmm.
need headshots,
Hmm.
acting experience, and then they have what they want. Like I tried to apply for Shaggy one time. They
Oh, you'd
said,
be a
not with that.
perfect Jay.
They're like, not with that chin, pal. Mm-mm. No, not with that chin. Get your gobble turkey ass out of here. Fuck face. I was like,
Yeah, I looked into the there was a casting call. They were searching for actors to play the Grinch for Universal Studios, and I looked at all the requirements, and it was like for men you have to be at least 5'10", and then for women, if they wanted to audition to get parts as performers at Universal Studios, the height requirement was 5'7". I don't even make that cut. I'm 5'6". Yeah.
damn you, Jeans. I can't make any money.
It's the Irish
I'm too
Mexican genes,
goddamn
man. We're all,
short.
we're all short.
Yeah, goddamn it. Is there any casting for Lord of the Rings? Fuck.
What about a
Peter
second
Jackson,
audition?
when's he coming along? Fuck.
I need another Lord of the Rings franchise, man. I got Hobbit feet.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck, dude? I mean, and isn't that heartbreaking? Because, dude, you do an amazing job. I'm always crediting you and always like, dude, like that must be so fun. But dude, like you're good, and it's not fair that your height can't take you farther. You know what I mean? And that's what sucks. Like, fuck, I'm 5'7". You're telling me I can't fucking do this job because I'm not tall enough? Well, yeah, well, fuck you. That's all you can really say. You can't come with a comeback. You're just like, well, fuck you,
Yeah,
dude.
well,
How
I
about
think
that?
like Matthew Broderick, Michael J. Fox, even Tom Cruise. I think they're all like 5'5", 5'6".
Oh, so you're telling me they can make it work? You're telling me they made it work?
You just
Because
can't
didn't in Mission
audition for.
Impossible they had the girl or they had Tom Cruise walk on boxes in a trench or some shit? They had her walk in a trench unseen to make it seem that he was taller. How did in Top Gun was he able to see them over the fucking cockpit? I mean, what the fuck?
Like
You
came up
kidding
through
me?
your crib. Yes.
Yeah, he looked like the guy from Home Improvement, just fucking just it's bullshit. But God forbid a man's 5'7" can't play the Grinch. I mean, what happened to diversity? What happened? What, you tell me there can't be a little Grinch running
Yeah.
around? Wouldn't that be
Where's
funny as fuck?
where's DEI when you need it?
Wouldn't that be funny as fuck? A 5'7" Grinch? I want to get. It would attract me more to go get a picture with you. I
Well,
love
that's what,
midgets. I love little people.
hey, I'm not a midget. I'm not a little person.
You're
I am short.
you're
I'm
a
short
fun
for a
person,
guy.
dude.
I'm pocket
You're,
size.
you're the size of a butt plug. Is what you are.
How would you know? Not that there's anything wrong with it. No, but dude,
Yeah, dude.
I auditioned for this is about a month ago. I saw a casting call online. I think I actually found it on like through Facebook.
Very
Because
cool.
Facebook, I'm a part of these. Actually, my cousin Eric too. Eric Tormey, he does sound for movies and stuff and shows. And he was telling me how he gets work as he's part of these like Facebook groups for like sound engineers, sound guys, or like any like film crew person. So I found that one, and then I found an actor one. It was like film, television, and theater, and they're always posting, we need actors for such and such project. And so I saw that they were looking for Grinches, and I saw that they were auditioning actors in North Hollywood. I was like, perfect. That's 10 minutes, down the street from where I'm at. And thankfully, there was no height requirement at all. I think for the Santa Clauses, yes, but the Grinches, they didn't really care. And it was so bizarre auditioning as the Grinch without any of like the makeup and like the prosthetic. It was so weird. It was like I went like this, just shirt, and they were like, as soon as you walk into the room and as soon as you leave the room, you're the Grinch or you're Santa Claus or whatever character you're auditioning, and you have to stay that character as soon as you walk in and as soon as you walk out. I was like, all right, piece of cake. Whole audition lasts like 3 minutes. And I was interacting with the two casting people, and about a week later, they gave me a call. They're like, "We liked your audition, and would you be down to accept the job?" I said, "Yeah." So we have they've already booked me for a couple shows in December. There's like one show I'm doing that's like, I don't know, 2.5 hours long, and it's paid $300.
That's not bad, dude.
No.
It's not even. See, the thing is, it's really not about the money. It's about there's this thing in the fire service we say, it's not about the glory, it's about the fight. And in this particular situation, it's about doing what you love. And it's awesome to know that you're like, dude, like, fuck the money, I do it for free. Like being able to just do what I love and spread that joy and be able to spread, that because you're doing it because you love making people happy, you make people laughing and joy. That's awesome, dude. I mean, that's cool in the sense of, man, dude, 5'7" didn't fucking matter. I could be the fucking Grinch.
Well,
I could be
5'6".
the Grinch.
Thanks for making me an entertainer.
Yeah. but and when I've done some casting calls and tried to get in there, like I had like there are times as an extra, and then times like how you interact with people and they see you, especially when they're like taking breaks and stuff. There was a few times on Tacoma they're like, hey, you know what, can we bump you up to a waiter, or hey, we're just gonna get you in, we'll get you some screen time.
And
I'm like, damn, dude, that's fucking
happens.
awesome.
That can happen.
That's awesome, dude.
And if you show that you're committed and you're prepared and you're willing to kind of do whatever they say, and you're willing to be and if you're willing to be there, and they see, and if you're just a good, decent person to be like work with, they're gonna want you to come back more and more and give you opportunities. That's just kind of what happens.
So do they tell you when people come to these shows, are there ever like scouts like for other movies that come in? I'm pretty sure, right? Do they like, hey guys, try to do your best performance today, because we actually have scouts from other for places that are looking for certain people for movies and shows. Have they ever, like, for in your experience, have they ever told you that, like, hey, like,
No, I've never experienced that.
no?
But I mean, that's one
Okay.
thing they told us, like when I was doing stand up and we were performing at the Comedy Store. I'm in the Comedy Store, in the heart of, Hollywood. It's on Sunset Boulevard. All the studios and casting offices are, not too far away. So, they go to these comedy clubs to search for talent. And that's, one of the things that, I was told is like, hey, you never know who's going to be in the audience. Like,
Yeah,
don't get your hopes up,
yeah,
but you never know. So that was
yeah.
like kind of one thing that you would like, okay, keep in the back of your mind and maybe look out for it. But now I've got opportunities, at the Comedy Store to be on like other shows and, or sometimes I would just go to the Comedy Store just on my own and, and that's the thing too. It's like, if you tell them that you're a comedian, they'll let you in and watch, kind of whatever show if they've got room. So that's what I would do. I was like, hey, I'm a comic. I'm here to, watch a show. They're like, yeah, go right on in. And I would go watch a show. And if there was a comedian I liked, I'd reach out to them after the show and be like, hey, I produced this show. Would you be down? It's paid. Would you be down to perform on it? And, you'd go from there.
Or
Um,
just keep knee pads on hand. You know what I mean? Just underneath, just knee pads on site in case, like, hey, what about that other guy? Don't worry about him. What I'm talking, me and you right here, baby. What? Let me tell you what I can offer you. If you offer me this, help me help you. You know what I mean?
did you ever have an audition that went wrong? Like
Yes,
maybe on your part, or
yes,
maybe on their part too, or like,
yes. I tried to audition for a Disney show. I forgot what the fuck it was called, but it was to be like one of like the supporting actors.
mhm.
And I was trying to be a bully, and I just fucking couldn't do it. Like, I just looked like a retard trying to hump a doorknob. I just look like I look like a pussy. Like, I just can't be like a jerk. The line was, he goes, "Watch it, man."
Yeah, that
Can't do
sounded
it.
fine.
No, dude, I can't. Like, looking into the thing for me, what's hard for auditioning is you see someone legs crossed, pencil in their mouth on paper,
Mhm.
reading lines to you, and seeing you fucking do it. Like,
Mhm.
okay, and I'm just like, it just sucks, because you know the difference between like a sitcom and something that's on TV to an actual movie. Like, hey, watch it, man.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, bud. Like some, like, I sound like a fucking 40s, like, yeah, Shane, yeah, watch this side again, Shane. Oh, yeah, Shane. You think you're smart, man? Like, that's my mentality when I do a bully scene. I don't know what wires me to do that, but yeah, that went really wrong. I tried to do another audition for Paramount Studios for like a show. I don't, dude. There are times I don't even remember the name. I just so focused on remembering the lines, remembering script, putting it in my own way and stuff. But sometimes you think you did your best, and then just like you feel. I hate when you walk out confident. You're like, yeah, that was ass. We're gonna move on. Thanks, though. If dog shit, if dog shit was a definition or a picture, it'd be you. You know, it'd be like, fuck. You know.
Dude, I had an audition. It was for AFI, American Film Institute. It was for a student project. When I walked in the room, there was the writer, I think it was like the one writer, was like two producers, the director, cinematographer, um, who else was it? It was like 5 or 6 people all sitting on the other side of one long table. And like with me, because obviously like we get nervous, but like with me, if I can,
Did you fart?
no, but it certainly felt like I wanted to. But with me, like what helped me was like I cracked a joke as soon as I walked in. Like I saw, like my reaction to seeing all 6 of them like sitting behind the table was legit. Like, oh shit, okay, I was not expecting this many people. And I said that, I was like, oh wow, I was not expecting this many people. All right, see you guys. And I like pretended to walk out. They started cracking. And they're like, no, no, no. Wait, I was like, no, I'm just messing around. But like, I don't know, like it, like for me to not have like that sense of humor immediately, I think was kind of okay because the scene that I was auditioning for was for it was a comical short that they were making. It was, you know, it was funny. It was supposed to be funny. So like that was me trying to show them that I can be funny, and also to help like break the ice and break the nerves. Because if I can make you laugh, I'm like, all right, cool. Like that kind of eases me into it. I don't know if that ever helps with you or
Yeah, all the time. Once you make them laugh, you feel like you're in.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like that comfortability. You're like comfort, like, okay, they don't think I'm a complete piece of shit. Cool.
Yeah, you want
Like,
to
all
show
right.
them like I'm easy to work with. I'm, you know, I'm
Yeah.
chill. You know, I'm kind.
There are times I'll go too far. Like I'm on fire right now, I'm making jokes, and the next thing you know, they're just like, oh, okay, all right.
All right, yeah.
Oh, my bad, dude. Like, I thought we were cool. I was gonna invite you to my kid's birthday party, but you know what? Fuck you, Derek. You know?
So then, what was the transition from acting and comedy into EMT and firefighting?
Um, Once I realized, that I wasn't really getting anywhere, I still I still love people. I still love interacting. I love being able to kind of make people feel comfortable. And it's kind of like it's a defense mechanism, well, not even, well, it's just a coping mechanism that I love making people laugh more than anything. And when I responded to horrible calls or to people's worst days, it was nice that I had kind of that superpower. I knew there was a fine line when to joke, but when people just, you're waiting at the hospital to get a bed, and some of these people are just having a bad day, and it was nice to kind of just, that was my back of the ambulance was my stand up stage.
Yeah.
It was nice to make people laugh and make them feel like there was a little bit of like, of comfort there. And then as a fireman, you're gone. You're gone for long periods of time. We don't see our families. We miss. I've been an EMT fireman since I was, say, 20 years old, and I've missed birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and all the guys. You work. That's your home away from home. That's your family.
Mhm.
And to make my guys, laugh and bring a little bit of that, comfort, it's nice, dude. And that will always be my stage when I'm around my guys or my partner. That will always be, to do my little stupid voice impressions, or to do movie skits and
Mhm.
make people laugh and make them smile. Then that's, you know, I'm okay with being that type of famous than being famous like on a billboard somewhere. And then, it just goes towards like, hey, if there's ever around, I'm in public and I'm being myself, being goofy and all that stuff, then, some people say like, dude, you should be a movie, you should be a comedian. I hear it all the time. I mean, I'm very humble. I'm not saying I'm the funniest person on the planet, but it's always been told me like, dude, you should be a comedian. You should do this. You should do this. But, when you try and do it, you're just realize, maybe I'm not meant for the stage or the behind or in front of the camera. Maybe I think I'm just meant to just entertain those around me. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's what it was as an EMT, responding to 911 calls and, flipping a switch to being serious. And then when you're on your way to the ambulance and everyone's worried and scared, and then you kind of give them that peace. You know what I mean? It's nice. I mean, I would still, if I could, and if I had the time, I would still go and try to audition and still try to be an extra, because that's what I love to do. Like, I'm not a like center of attention guy. I just like, if it's me and you together and we're at a bar or we're at dinner and we're getting everyone to laugh, it's kind of like fuck yeah, dude. Like, we're kind of like,
Yeah.
we're bringing everyone together, and that's how I see being a comedian or an actor, or
Mhm.
you're rallying everyone together, and that's in that sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I remember when you first got into it, you were trying to get you're trying to get me involved into becoming one as well. I'm like, dude, I get squirmish with like my own blood. I have such a weak stomach. If a horror movie goes on, comes on and it's all, you know, gory like Terrifier, or even what was that one, Green Inferno, I'm there like, oh god, I gotta look away. I have such a weak
I know,
stomach.
and I say that because I feel like anyone could do anyone could do a job. You know, I will never
Yeah.
put myself on a high pedestal of like because I'm an EMT or fireman. Like if you have a heart and if you really want to make a difference, like it's about the fight, not the glory. And if you truly, and I just think that, hey man, like we were at Porto's, dude. You know, I'm no disclosure. Fuck that place. That place is racist, sexist, and horribly managed. It treats their employees fucking wrong. And every Hispanic and people say Hispanics aren't fucking racist. They're fucking racist.
There
You know,
can be.
how many times have I been like, next guest, oh, no, 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 and, you know, looking for someone to speak Spanish. I'm like, no, motherfucker. Like, yeah, guess eso, huh? You know, like, que
But
pasa? What do you want,
my
dude?
last name is Spanish.
My name is Spanish, but you're damn right I like George Strait, motherfucker. Yeah, you know, like get us, you know, suka or guess, guava con queso. Like, what's up, dude? Like, sorry, I'm not fucking, you know, Bad Bunny quality, you know, Spanish, but fuck that place, dude. And we need to get out of there, dude. That place was terrible. That place is no good for anyone to. They tried to fire me so many times. There are so many stories in that place.
I was just gonna say, Jesse, do you remember? Were you there the day we dealt with the crazy Cuban lady? Uh, she was because at the time my Spanish wasn't fluent. She was upset with me. One, that I wasn't Cuban, and two, my Spanish wasn't fluent, and she was livid. And Ginger got involved. Joelle got involved, and I remember as soon as she like walked away, everyone in the waiting line started clapping. She was leaving.
I live
Remember
for
that?
customers like that. I live for that bitch. I said I'm gonna fuck everything up on purpose. Like, oh, Cubanos, oh, queso rolls. I don't give a. Look at this face, lady. Look at my face. Okay, I just got back from a bender. All right, feet. I'm on my feet all fucking day. All right, no sleep. I get paid minimum wage. I only make probably like 20 hours. I get paid $400 every 2 weeks. My mom's taking half of this shit. Okay, pay rent, and she's buying
Yeah.
Gucci bags with my shit when she says it's going for a good cause. Like, you think you really want to fuck with me? I gotta take out the trash. I gotta stock this shit. Okay,
Oh yeah.
can't get a head start.
Shocking.
I can't have
Uh-huh.
more than 5 minutes. I can't have a side conversations. Okay,
No.
can't pull anyone's apron because it's sexual harassment. Well, you're right. I was trying to get a peek. My bad. But what do you expect? You're hiding all the baddies, and they're either at the barista. And I hate it. The thing about Portos, if you're a fucking barista, you thought you were just swinging dick. Like, cool. You know how many ounces to put in a fucking espresso machine? You think you're fucking better than me? What do you think? You got my number? Huh? Huh?
I really think like remember that the experiment in the 70s. I think they turned it to a movie years later. The Stanford prison experiment. You know,
I
like
saw
they
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I legit that shit is so true because so
It
all
is.
like the lower level employees when we were working at Portis would wear white what kind of shirts were they weren't the most comfortable. Well,
It was
we
just
were
the
wearing
white polos.
yeah white polo. You were
Yeah,
wearing
and
white
then there was
polos,
the red,
and then
and
the
then there was the white
leads
button up.
and then the leads would wear red, like the shift leads. And I remember some of like the lower level, you know, employees that were like working behind the counter. As soon as they like got the promotion and started wearing like the red lead shirt,
Oh, boop.
attitude
It got bigger.
totally
Totally
changed.
changed. Yeah. I just understand the side conversation. Like, you tell me I can't make friends here. You tell me I can't have a conversation. I would see the owner. What was her name? Betty. This bitch was getting guava cheese out of the trash. I'm like, you own this fucking place. Go grab a fucking fresh one, weirdo. And then they'd be like, no side conversation. And then I'd see leads go in the back and start eating some of the pastries. Like, oh, I'm so hungry. I'm so exhausted. God forbid I put one potato ball on my fucking apron because I haven't eaten all day. Oh, shame on you. Dude, the way that place was ran, if there was a purge, a lot of people would be gone right now. It'd be execution. It'd be executions on site. I'm telling you. I'm putting a lot of people in the shower.
Dude,
Auschwitz.
oh my god, no, don't say that.
I'm telling you right now, dude. Robert, if you go to Portos and you fucking say that place is meeting, I swear to God, dude, you're being buried in there with the ashes with it. Make peace with your
No,
gods. I'm
no.
telling you. I make peace with your gods. If there was a purge, I'd go in that building right now and say, make peace with your gods. You're seeing them right now. I'm telling you. I'm just throwing it out there. But when I go back there with my uniform, it's so nice to hear some of the employees like, "Oh, look at you," and I said, "Yeah, look at you, look at you, look at you. Remember all the shit you gave me because my fucking shirt wasn't ironed? Well, look at you, bitch. I'll take a dozen. I'll take a dozen. Thank you."
Yeah, that whole side conversation thing was absolutely BS. Even if it was like, because I remember just a simple hello, hey, good morning, how's it going? As you're working, they would get so upset at. And I remember one time, I was like trying to prove a point, which kind of ended up working a little bit. I clocked into work. I would not talk to anyone except for the customers. And I was so quiet, unless like a lead, needed something from me. I'd be like, okay, like I would talk to them. But other than that, I didn't say shit.
It was like an experiment, social experiment.
And one of our leads came up to me and she was like, Alex, are you okay? I was like, yeah, why? She goes, you're so quiet. I'm like, well, they tell us not to have side conversations, so I'm not having side conversations.
Patrick ruined you. That place broke you. That place broke me. Patrick should have never got you into that fucking place, dude.
No, I don't regret working.
That place broke people. It broke people. Here's
I wouldn't have met you.
When I went EMT, I've gotten calls to 4 people who's worked there for suicide attempt at their homes.
No way.
Yeah. Stresso, yeah. I'm not going to say names, you can't, HIPAA violation, but I'm telling you right now, I've been called to a few people and they live in Southgate and I've ran to a few of them and I'm like, what the fuck's going on, dude? And they're like, hey, didn't you work at Portals? I'm like, shut up. You don't remember me. And yeah, dude, that place has broken souls. That place has broken souls.
Jesse,
I'm telling you right now.
Real quick, from your perspective, can you tell everyone the day the ambulance picks me up from?
Okay, we're going down memory lane. Alex, like a sweet soul he is. Alex is probably the most quiet, calmest dude, keeps to himself guy. I remember talking to Alex, and he was kind of going through some stuff. And I remember I was coming to work. I came in. And I remember I think I was going to meet you upstairs to hang out with you. And you were with, what's her name? What's her name? The Edgar's ex-girlfriend. What's her name?
Yes.
Anyways, I go upstairs and I see the fucking fire department. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, finally, is this place being burned down? Is this place out of commission? I see Alex on a fucking gurney with his hand in his chest like this, eyes closed. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to Alex? Turns out little dude took too much, than he could handle, and this guy was getting carted in the fucking the stock elevator, not the regular elevator. He took his ass to the back.
The big one.
The mega elevator.
Yeah, the maintenance
And
one.
I'm like, Alex, what the fuck happened? He goes, I was having an anxiety attack. I don't know what happened. I feel like I couldn't breathe. And I was like, how much did you take? And he was like, too much, man.
I don't remember.
And Alex is the psychedelic 70s, Jimi Hendrix motherfucker thinking that, oh yeah, everyone's done it, man.
I took edibles. And my neighbor gave me the edibles.
You, huh, little man?
I guess so. That was the strongest I've ever.
I would have gave you mouth to dick if I was that guy.
I was going through some shit then. I was like,
this. If you're okay, blow on this.
Sir. I was going through some shit and I was like, sure, I'll take it. But it didn't.
You bet you would have.
It didn't hit me until
you got to work.
Until I literally got into work. And
I remember fired for that.
Yeah, well, that was like 8 years ago now. So now the whole world knows the real reason.
When we got blood tested for TB there, and all the bussers got blood tested.
I never got drug tested.
Came back. No, it wasn't a drug test. It was a blood test, and it all came back. Who were under the influence, and half of the bussers got fired that day on the spot. Yeah, dude.
At Portos?
And I was, at Porto's,
Oh,
down in California. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. But back to the topic of acting. That's
Jesse.
yeah. Back to the whole thing of acting, dude. I would practice my accents there on every customer. Oh,
I remember that. I remember that you did German.
I would get Betsy. I'd get everyone to laugh, and I'd see how long I could hold it. Like, oh, look at you, fucking tough, eh? Fucking getting in here from fucking San Diego, and you're all upset because fucking ran out of cheese rolls, huh? You know? Oh, fuck, you drove all the way from San Francisco, eh? Fucking getting here for fucking cheese rolls that you could get at Tropicana, Like,
this one guy got so pissed off at me because I remember at the time we closed at like 8:30 and it was 8:45 that we were like handling the last few customers, and they had told us, all the leads told us, like, hey guys, like, we're out of cheese rolls, we're out of guava cheese rolls. Just let all the customers know. And so this guy comes in, he's like, hey, can I get like a dozen cheese rolls, dozen guava cheese? I was like, I'm sorry, man. They literally just informed us that we're all out. But if you come back tomorrow morning at 6:30, we'll have some fresh ones baked up for you. He's like, what? You mean to tell me that I drove all the way from San Francisco to find out you don't have any goddamn cheese rolls? I was like,
Filipinos.
yes. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was a white guy. White dude.
But that's when you do your acting. You're like, that's when you do the whole acting sympathy. You're like, let me go back there. Let me check for you. All the way from San Francisco. My God, is it beautiful up there? What's the weather like? I've heard it's nice. I've always wanted to go. Let me go back there. Throw a little bit of gayness in it. They like that, because that's the most. Oh my God, let me get back there. Let me see if I could just if I could dig in there. Let me get in there.
Yeah.
And then you come back, and then when you give it to them nicer, like, oh, well, I'm sorry to break the news. It's like telling someone they have cancer. You got no cheese rolls. So I need you to get back in your car.
So sorry.
And go the fuck back to San Francisco.
That place is wild.
Where I need what my favorite is just like I love fucking with the Asians because I would give them so many samples because of their reactions. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. I loved it, dude. I'd give them shit I wasn't supposed to sample. Everything. I give them a tamale. Oh, okay, thank you. And I just do it because I just love every time I talked to them, they had no idea what I was saying. I'd just be like, oh, every time. It worked every time. I'd say something stupid like small dick, like that movie from, I think I stole it from a movie where Bobby Lee was like, stupid cow, oh, and I just go along with it. But actually, funny story about Bobby Lee. One time at CBS Studios, I was a EMT / security guard, and I just got off the set. I think we were just doing that one with the Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But they had the late James Gordon show going on, and I think he was going to appear on it or something like that. Anyways, I'm getting off work, dude. I was working a late ass night shift, dude. I don't know why. Anyways, I'm getting off, and I see this fucking Suburban white just in the parking lot, almost hit me. And I remember in the back of my head, they said, hey, if you see anyone driving stupid, you're not security, but you were Allied Universal, tell them something because we could give them a ticket or we could get them kicked out.
Yeah.
So I go because they do the drive around for the late James Gordon show. That's where they do the carpool karaoke. They do that in that little parking lot. So I get out and I'm like, hey, dumbass. And it's Bobby Lee comes out, dude, hair messed up, shirt doesn't fit him. He's like, oh my God, man. Because I'm so sorry. I'm freaking late, man. I'm freaking late. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm like, Bobby, this is a goddamn parking lot. This isn't Tokyo Drift. Go down this office. Late James goes on the fucking right, dude. Let me see you here again doing that shit. And it was so cool to kind of just one of the comedians you see on Saturday Night Live, and then you're giving them a piece of your mind. And next thing you know, I'm like, fuck, I should ask for a picture. I don't know why I did that. Now that guy thinks I'm an asshole.
Nah, yeah, not with that attitude. I met him too. I met him at the Comedy Store. I was talking to my buddy Jason. And him and Bobby know each other. So he's like, hey, Jason. And like they start talking. And he looks at me and he goes, your fingers look like chicken fingers.
Damn.
And I go, Bobby, you are one giant chicken finger. He goes, damn. Yeah, okay, that was good. You got it.
Damn.
He walked away.
You know what's crazy, dude, is when you see an actor, you get starstruck. It's hard because when you're driving away from that situation, you're like, "Fuck, I should have said that."
Yeah.
But the only thing I've met the guy
I
that played Mr.
uh,
Mosby. Sorry, go ahead.
oh yeah. Yeah. What was that?
From
Sweet life.
Sweet Life of
Sweet
Zach and
life.
Cody.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy's really very friendly.
He's nice, but why didn't anyone tell me that he fucking killed someone while drunk driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was like, I told him this. I said, "Hey, thank you for an awesome childhood." That was my first line I said. I was like, "Hey, thank you for an awesome childhood." And we were talking and everything. And then my friend pulled me aside. He goes, "Why are you talking to that asshole?" I was like, "It's fucking Mr. Mosby." I said, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah, he killed someone drunk driving." I'm like, "Son of a bitch." I should have got his autograph, huh? Should have took a picture. Like,
Who
hey,
who who
favorite
who,
murderer right here.
who was another celebrity you met that was really cool while
My
you were in
favorite
the
summary
UK?
was he played, oh, God, I can't say his name right, but he was in Kangaroo Jack. Leave that. He has a twin. Anyways, I forgot his name. But the other really really nice celebrity, I mean, hands down, probably like one of the coolest guys I've ever met is Arnett. Will Arnett.
Will Arnett. Oh, dude.
Will Arnett, most genuine dude, funniest dude ever. I had to do a COVID
The
test on this
smartest.
guy. And I said, dude, I think you're. He's not with her anymore, but Amy
Amy
Powell or
Poehler.
something like
Amy
that.
Poehler. Yeah.
Amy Poehler, yeah, from Parks and Rec. Dude, I love that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was COVID swabbing him in his home, giant ass home, you know, and he was talking to me like, have you seen BoJack? And I said, I'm gonna tell you, dude, the only thing I loved you in was Blades of Glory. He goes, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I said, I haven't watched anything else of yours, but I know you're the Batman and Lego movie. He goes, yeah, 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 that's me. And I said, and dude, I know it's kind of disrespectful, but dude, I've always thought your wife was so hot. He goes, yeah, ex-wife, X. Forget the X
Ex
in there.
ex-wife.
Ex-wife. And I was like, well, Arnett, I'm going to shove this in your nose now, and it's probably karma, and she's probably wished this upon you. So this is going to go deep in your schnoz right now, all right? He goes, oh, come on, man, just be gentle with me. Just be gentle with me.
Were you
But
testing
yeah,
for
dude.
COVID?
Yeah, I did a lot of when I was an EMT and they needed people to do COVID testing on a lot since I've worked on some of the lots. They were like, hey, dude, you're an EMT. We have this agency that, are you looking for a job? They need people. And it was kind of just like, because I worked in like the little medical office and
Yeah.
guys would either come in like one time. Oh, dude, this is a funny story. So the late James Gordon show, James Gordon Ramsay was
Uh-huh.
doing a spill your guts or tell the truth or some shit. They're like, hey, we need you to go in there and check up on him. He's kind of throwing up a lot. And the guy, dude, is real life what he does in those shows. He's like, blimey, fuck's sake. I go in the show, go ahead, eat this. It tastes like shit. And I'm just like, well, Mr. Ramsey, I love your Hell's Kitchen. And I'm just admiring him more than helping him. He goes, you're going to do anything. And I said, you know what, dude, you're an asshole in real life. So fuck you, bud. But I was like,
Bloody
yeah, I'll give
donut.
you some Pepto. Yeah, I'll give you Pepto Bismol. Just sign it though. Sign the bottle, and then I'll give you a little bit.
Did he?
I'm just one of those guys that gets starstruck. I've done that so many times. EMT, I saw one of my favorite football players. I didn't even treat the fucking kid. I was like, Willie McGinnis, dude, you're a fucking legend. Kid with a broken arm, I'm like, you'll be all right, pussy. But back in my day, we rubbed dirt on it. Like, oh, that's your mom? Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I kind of get distracted pretty fast.
Hey, you were out there fighting the Palisades fires recently, right?
Um,
Earlier this year.
yes, Palisades fire. It was pretty gnarly. It
Yeah,
was
how was that?
cold and windy. Cold and windy.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's think of hardcore camping, just
Yeah.
freezing your ass off, eating military rations, sleeping on cold dirt. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? It's like I love my bed, I love real food, and then you're just there shitting in someone's yard. They don't even know because there's no bathrooms around. You're just like, fuck, dude. And you're like, hey, gotta make it work. Yeah, you
How
should
long
come
were you?
out sometime.
Yeah, yeah. How long were you out there for?
Say about like, say like a month.
Gotcha. Damn, man.
I'm just kidding. I was on Palisades Fire. I was laid off by then, dude. I wasn't fucking.
I thought
I got laid off before.
you
I
told
get
me you
laid
were
off.
out there. You told me you were out there in Palisades.
I was not. Hey, dude, I had to sound cool, dude. No, I wasn't there. I was laid off before then. I
You
was
were
going
laid
through
off
stuff. I got
before those
divorced.
fires.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Yeah, we get laid off.
This whole time,
And
I've
there's
been
no
telling
resources.
people I have a friend that fought the fires in LA. I've been telling
Yeah, but
that
they think
for
he's really
about
cool.
11 months.
They think he's really cool.
You fucking liar.
Hey, I've been on some big fires, dude. I was at the park fire. I've been on some pretty gnarly fires, but hey, it's the luck of the draw. They lay you off and shit pops off, and then you got no manpower. That's just shit happens, you know? It happens. It's sad, it sucks, but when you're in this line of work and you realize you're pulling all-nighters, working 72-hour shifts on this massive fire because you got no one to come in to relieve you. It's gnarly. You know, I'm on the saw, so
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, we're at 55 minutes. Real quick, what are some tips as a fireman you can give people? You know, some quick tips for like safety and caution stuff, like maybe around the house or what to do, what not to do, like, you know, in terms of fire safety.
If I give anything fire safety, it's mostly probably like cooking. Like don't immediately put water on your pan when it's fucking flaring up, you know. It's a science. It's a Trinidad. It's a chemical. You know, some things counter it, or some things, you know, it will be what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, contraindication. So something that you wouldn't use for a certain reason, like you wouldn't use water. But safety, I mean, no, man. I mean, my son, when I'm home, I'm not a fireman. I don't bring that home. When I'm here, I'm a dad. You know,
Yeah.
I make sure I leave all that home. But fire safety stuff, hey, don't put a fucking toaster in the shower. You know,
Oh, okay, good to know.
Don't put a fork in the outlet. Don't leave your curling iron on, or candles. Eternity's known for that. I had to fucking
She'll leave the
spank
candle.
her a few times. I'm like, yeah, it's great. It smells vanilla, but it's gonna smell like fucking ash in here if you don't turn it off when we leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I got really on you, honestly. But I've had so much fun here, dude. It's so nice to catch up with you. I know I'm no one famous, I'm no one really special, but it's so cool to kind of relate on our experience of success and failure and trying to pursue that journey that we both want. You know, that's really cool. It's an honor to be here, and it's been really, really fun, dude. So I'm grateful. I appreciate it. And dude, I would love someday to work on a skit with you or something like that, dude.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you'll get notifications when new episodes drop. Thanks to my guest, Jesse Alvarado. Music by Mark Fabian, produced and engineered by Robert Altchiller, recorded at Command Recording Studios. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at command_recording_studio and at Kill the Small Talk Podcast. We'll see you next time. Bye.